I'm Brenda, and I'm here with Stephanie, Beth, and Karina to discuss their book, Organizing from the Heart. Okay, well, now you've all written a book on home organization. So which part of getting organized do you find most challenging?
Can I start? Sure. Okay. And we have shared, the three of us have shared all along the way our struggles. Because we write about something doesn't mean we don't face those struggles.
Yeah.
So,
it's because we do face them that we
yes,
write about it.
That's right. It's quite the opposite. That's right. But I think probably for me, struggling with perfectionism, and I know we've talked a little bit in the book about being able to sort of lower the expectation of, excellence and raise what your idea of filth is, sort of meeting a little bit more in a realistic middle. And that I fall back sometimes and struggle a little bit more with that than I would like to be the case, but that's something that God is really working on me in a major way this past year especially.
Again, from the really practical side, it's just the thing that first came to mind, paper. When you're overcome with paper, I have 2 children, and it seems like I clean paper up, and then 5 seconds later, where did that paper come from? Then places for paper and that. So just the constant organizing of the best way to handle paper, even when it comes to email, some things like that. So I feel like I'm constantly trying to come up with systems and ways to handle paper.
That's an excellent point too, because now with virtual, there's virtual clutter. It's not just physical clutter.
Right. Your computer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, your smartphone's all cluttered.
That's right.
For me, I'll be just completely transparent here. Is I feel like out of the 3 of us that if you came to our 3 houses, mine's the worst condition. And they may disagree, but I feel like mine is the worst condition. And so I have actually struggled with feeling like a hypocrite, to be quite honest, reader, that I'm talking about being organized. I'm perceived in some ways in my jobs and things to be organized. I'm very neat at my office at work. I do like a neat, and I'm liking more and more neatness, but to sustain that is hard for me. I'm a creative person that sometimes gets bored easily, so I can come up with a system in the beginning, but then the ongoing maintenance of laundry and dusting and vacuuming, and I just didn't even want to tell you the last time some things were dusted or vacuumed in my house. I mean, and so part of me is like, how are these people going to read this book and look at me as a potential leader in this area? I feel like I feel like a failure sometimes. But then I realized that that's what God's grace. You don't need a bunch of people up on an ivory tower telling you what you have to do. You need somebody to walk the journey with you.
Absolutely.
We hope that you feel like, oh, this person empathizes with what I'm going through. She's not perfect either. And that we can encourage one another in the journey, and that God just happened to give us the message to share.
That's right.
But partly, like you said, you write about things that you struggle with yourself so that you can kind of keep yourself motivated. And so I think that was probably my biggest challenge in this process.
I mean, I think that's an excellent point. When we look at Moses in the Bible, he was given tasks to do and struggled with anger.
Right,
so,
right.
I know I can tell you from my teaching experience, God will have me teach things that I'm struggling with, and organizing. It's the journey. It's never finished. It's a journey, and there are always going to be challenges that we face. I think that are going to really make what we're facing maybe a little more tough to get a handle on, but it's that consistency, and it's changing your heart and your mind about why you're doing it that makes the difference in the long run.